Hey everyone, welcome to the August edition of Community Call from ToolJet. I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining this call today. And in today's call, we'll be building a content management system using ToolJet and ToolJet database. So without any further ado, let's jump onto the agenda of the call. We'll be starting the session with a quick demo of the application that we are going to build, and then we'll explore the table schema of CMS. Then we'll jump onto the ToolJet's app builder to start building the UI. Then we'll be creating queries for ToolJet database and AWS S3 for storing the images. And we'll be opening the session for Q&A at the end. Let me show you the demo of the application. So this is the preview of the application that we're going to build. Basically the CMS that we're going to build. So this is the all post page. So in total we are having 5 pages here. I'll show you everything one by one. This is all post page where you can see all the titles and subtitles, the name of the author and publish date here. And then we have authors and tags. You can see all the authors, you can see all the tags that we have. You can even add your authors and tags as well. Let's go back, and you can even create a new post. You write your title, subtitles, cover image, author, tag, and you have to write the content in markdown format, and then you can go back here. All right, then we can even view the posts. So you can click on view and it will take you to this view page where you can see all the title, subtitle, author name, date, and also the content. Okay, and last is you can even edit your post. You can go to edit, it will load the data, and you can make the changes, update, and also you can delete your posts as well. You can go back, and yeah, so this is what we're going to make. Now let me show you the table schema. So we have post table where we have title, subtitle, content, published on, and author ID and tag ID. So we have foreign keys from the individual tables, authors, and tags and authors. Okay, now let's go ahead and start creating a new application. Let's name it CMS and create a new app. Let's start with creating pages first. For that you need to go to pages. First let's edit this, rename, make it all posts. Okay, now we need to add one more, that is new post. Then there will be edit post, then there will be view post, last is authors and tags. All right, so these are all the 5 pages that we are going to create application on. Now let's go to all posts, and now we need to create a header first. So let's go to container and stretch it a bit, and yeah, let's color this container. We are having a blue theme of the application, so all the colors that I'll be adding will be in shade of blue. Border color also will be the same. Cool. Now I need to add titles. 2 titles are there. On right hand side we are having one header title with the name of content management system, and I have to change this to 20, bold. Okay, and yeah, and also let's write a line. Also we need to change the color here, so let's make it a shade of blue again, and yeah, cool, let's keep it here. All right, we need one more header which will be on left side. So on ToolJet you can copy paste any components that you have edited, and then you can make edits on top of it. So this is a really nice feature that you don't have to recreate the component from scratch. So you can go ahead and write ToolJet here, and let's change some styles, letter spacing, let's make it 3. And yeah, cool. All right, now we have to add header for the page, which will be all posts. So it will be all posts. Let's make it black and left aligned. All right, cool. Now we need to drag and drop the list view component. All right, let's change the size to this, and let's add 2 buttons here now. First will be the button for create new post. Create new post, and this will be a primary button, and second will be the authors and tags. Okay, and for this we need to change the background color to white and text color to blue. Okay, all right, so let's just adjust this a bit, and yeah, let's make it little top, this also. All right, now let me just adjust it a bit. Yeah, this looks fairly okay. All right, let's change this for the last time, and yeah, cool. Now let's delete the image from the list view because we don't want it. We have to change the list view to height of 130, and first text will be of 18 and bold. 18 and bold. Okay, second will be 14 and normal, and one more will be for the author and the published date, and here we need to change the color, which will be of 12, and color will be this. Okay, cool, this should be fine. Let me just push this up a bit, and yeah, you can push this down, and we can make these two little at the center. Cool. For buttons, we are adding 2 buttons here. So first button will be the edit button, and the other one will be the view button. So let me change this to edit, and here also will be changing the background color to a shade of background color should be white, and the text should be blue. Okay, and the other button will be the view button. Okay, and for this we need to change the color to a shade of gray. So for text we will keep this, and for border we will make a little light. Okay, and this is a view button, sorry, view. Okay, cool. Now let's start creating the query, and let's get the data inside the app. All right, now we'll be creating a query, ToolJetDB query, name it get all post. It will be the join of all the tables because we want all the details for this. Join tables, authors, and then will be tags. Okay, cool. Now run the query, and we got the result. Let's connect the result with the list component. So it will be this one, and there we go. Alright, for the first title, if we want to get the first title, we need to make it posts underscore title, and we got in the code hinter. Okay, here we need to change it. Sorry, yeah, let's make it subtitle, and this worked fine. And lastly, we need to add the author and the publish date. For that, I'll be adding an HTML. You can see that list author name. You can see that I'm using Moment.js library here to format my dates. Alright, so this is done. Now we can start for the next page, that is authors and tags. And first thing we need to do here is let's switch on click. We want to switch to that page. So I'll go to switch page, and here I'll be adding authors and tags. Cool. Now I need all of these details with me in next page because I don't want to create everything from scratch again. So I'll just go to button, and I'm at authors and tags. I'll just paste it here, and now we'll start removing the stuff that I don't want. Okay, cool. So let me start with deleting stuff. I don't want this list component. This will change to authors and tags. Also, I want to add a icon component here, so I'll make icon, and the icon will be the chevron icon. Yeah, okay, just make it a little smaller. Okay, cool. And now I just need to add a tab component which will be having two tables. Okay, okay, let's increase the height a bit. Yeah, cool. And yep. All right, now let's add let's remove this image first, and here also we do not need this. Let's go to settings, let's cut this table, and let's paste it here, sorry, in the container. And we do not want borders for this, so I'll just go to border and make it white so it will not be visible. So I'll make it full. Okay, and again I'll copy the table and I'll paste it here as well. Settings I don't want, so let's change this also. I will keep authors and tags here, and last I will be removing the settings. Alright, so I have tags, I have authors. Here I will be changing this to, let's remove the event first. This will be author, it will be add author, and this will be add tag. I have to change the color of this, so let me get the color for these border for this particular component. Background again will be white, and text color will be this. Border color will be a shade of gray. Alright, awesome. So I guess we are pretty much done with the UI for the second page. Alright, let's start getting the data inside of this. So first two will be the get queries. So I'll just write get authors, select the authors table, list rows, and run the query, and just attach queries get authors and data. Okay, Similarly, here we don't want ID, so we'll just remove it here. All right. For tags, let's go ahead and create a query. Database get tags. Select the tags table list row and run. All right. Let's connect it with the table queries get tags and data. All right, here also we don't need IDs, so we'll just remove it. Cool. So we were able to create all these. So we were able to create the get queries. Now it's time for adding modals here so that we can create new authors and tags and add into the table. All of these are the get queries. So what we want is we want to run them on load. So make sure you click on load in the settings of query. All right. Now let's add modal component. First will be, let's just drag and drop it here and let's open it. Click on it and it will open. We don't want trigger buttons because we already have trigger buttons with us. This will be small and 200 pixels. Okay. Title will change to add author, and we'll be adding two components here, which will be input components. First will be the name and second will be email. Okay. Name. Okay. Email. Button component. Stretch it and yep. Now let's make it a submit button. Submit. Okay. First will be name, second will be email, and yeah, we are good. We also want one more modal. So what we'll do is we'll just copy this and paste it here, modal 2, and we want to open it from these buttons. So we'll go ahead and add an event here. Event will be to show modal and select the modal 1. Okay, and once you click on it, it will open here. For the second one also we'll add an event handler and we'll be adding the show modal 2, and we are good. Go to add tag, and here we don't want two fields, just one field is enough, and that will be tag, and let's change the title to add tag, and height, let's keep the height as 150. Okay. Button component, we need to keep it here. All right. Cool. So both the modals are ready now. Let's start adding queries. Okay. First will be the add author query. So I'll go ahead and go to query manager and we'll add it. ToolJet database query. It will be add author. Select authors. Okay. Then select an operation. We want to create a row and just add column names, name and email. Open this, text input 2 and text input 1. Okay. Email, just delete the last one. Components, text input 2 dot value and 1. All right, cool. Now let's quickly add some events here. So once this is this has been loaded successfully, we want to show a success message that the author got added, right? So we'll be adding author added, and we also want to close the modal, so we'll be closing the modal 1. Last is we want to run the query for getting back all the authors. Okay, cool. All right, all 3 are there. Now for this button we need to add an event for running the add query. Run query, and it will be add author. Okay, so since we will be refetching the details, we need to, it would be nice if we add a loader here, a loading state here. So I'll be adding loading state for queries get authors is loading. Okay, and let's do the same for tags. Go to tags, in table you can go at the bottom and add a loading state. We get tags. Okay, all right, so we were able to do that. Now let's add an author here. Let's go and write the name as Patrick. Email will be patrick@gmail.com. If I submit, it should give a success as message, and it is reloading and it got me the data. Awesome. Let's do the same with the tags. So firstly, let's create a query of get tag, add tag, and select the name, create rows, and now add column as this. Let's open this, and it is text input 4, so it will be components dot text input 4 dot value. Okay, now let's event handlers. First will be the success, so let's change this to tag added. Okay, second it will be for closing the modal, so let's close the modal 2, and last is to get all the tags, so we'll be running the get tag query. Cool. All right, so we are pretty much done. Now let's try to add a tag of let's say React. Submit, and now if I check, React is here and we were able to add the tag. All right, now let's also add a event on this icon that is for switching back. So switch the page and let's make it all post. Now we are pretty much done with this page, so we'll go to next page. The next page that we want to create is the new post, which is the most important page of all. So we'll go ahead and change this to switch page, and we'll make it create new post. Yeah, cool. Let's click on it and we are here, but we also want to take all the stuff that we created for the authors and tags, because we will be reusing all these components. So we'll be just copying it and let's go to new post now. All right, awesome, cool. Now let's change this first to create a new post, and we don't want these buttons, so we'll be just removing it from here. Even the modals is something that we don't need right now, and this also will just remove it. All right, now we'll be adding a container component. Okay, and this can be a little longer. Cool. Width may change based on how much content we put inside, but we'll manage to do it later. We'll start with adding a divider at the bottom. Okay, change the color to a shade of gray. This looks nice. For this also, let's add a shade of gray. Let's make it 8, and border color can be this. Okay, all right, let's change this to, yeah, make it full, and yep, cool. Let's keep it one step up. All right, now let's add a button, that is a submit button. Okay, change the width and height. All right, now we need to add titles. So we already have labels with all the input components that we have, but I prefer to add a different label separately because of the flexibility it provides. Title, let's make it bold. Okay, all right, we'll be using this label for all the components. So title is here, second is the subtitle, so it will be subtitle. Third will be the cover image. Okay, and we are left with two more for this author, and last is the tag. Okay, cool. All right, now let's start adding the input components where we'll be removing the labels, and let's stretch this to this much. Okay, let's make it little down. Okay, all right, we need one more of this text input component. Okay, just copy it. Let me just take this with me like this. Cool. For cover image, I'll be adding the file picker component, so let me just do this. And for tag, we'll be adding drop down component, and it will be like this. Here also just remove the label, and stretch it a bit. Alright, let's keep it here for now. And yeah, cool. Tag. For tag, I need to add option labels, because we're getting the tag from the get tags query that we just created, right? So it will get tag, but we just need names here, so we'll make it, we'll have to use map here, and you can write I dot name. Sorry, this is tag, right? So if we just need to add I dot tag, I dot tag. Okay, this will be data here, and then yeah, cool, we are getting the data here. And for values, we'll be keeping the values as IDs. Okay, for default value we'll keep it 1. Cool. We need one more of now we need one more drop down for authors, so just copy and paste. Okay, let's stretch it a bit. Cool. Alright, so we are pretty much done with this. We just need one more. Okay, we need to change this to authors, so it will be get authors, and this will be name. Okay, alright, so we're getting all the details now, and we'll be adding the last content input. Okay, we'll be copying this text and let's keep it here somewhere. This will be content. Make sure whatever content that you write inside of this, it should be in markdown format, because that's what will help us to format while we are showing the content. Okay, all right. Oh, this should be a text area component, my bad. Cool. All right, this should be enter your content. Cool. So we are done with the UI for this component. All we need now is adding queries. Okay, so let's jump and start adding queries. The first query will be the TGDB query, ToolJet database query, for adding post. For post, I'll go to posts, create row. Let's start adding columns: title, subtitle, content, published on, author ID, and tag ID. Alright, cool. So for title, it is input text 1, so we'll keep it components input, its text input 1 dot value. Okay, for second, it's text input 2. Okay, So this file picker, but this we are storing in AWS S3, so we'll be creating a separate query for that. Okay. Let's add content now. Let's add content now. It will be components.text area value. Okay. For published on, again I'll be using the moment.js library. It will be moment dot format. This will give me the current timestamp. Let's make it in the curly braces. Cool. All right. For author ID, I need to add drop down to, so it will be components dot drop down to dot value. Okay. It is undefined because we need to add 12 here. Okay, cool. Now it should show 12. Cool. Let's add drop down one here. Cool. So now next, once we are done adding post, we need to store the image as well, and for that we have to create AWS S3 query, and it will be add image. Okay, and operation will be to upload object, right? And bucket, make sure you have connected your AWS S3 properly with with your data sources, so that you would be able to add your data source as AWS S3 to upload your images or documents. You have to add your bucket name, then you can add the key. I'll be keeping the key as this. Basically, I'm getting the latest ID of the row that has been created during the last query. Okay, and then for content type and upload data, I'll be getting the details directly from the component, like this. Okay, it is data URL, and here I'll be writing base 64. Okay, cool. Now on success of this query, we just want to show image saved, so we'll be adding a success message that said covered image saved. Okay, and in on add post, we need to do multiple things here. So we need to add 4 queries here, 4 event handlers here. Okay, the first will be to add a success message. So I'll be going here and we'll be adding a success message. Let's make it post added. Okay, Then we want to run the image query, add image. Then next we want to get the posts again, run a query to get all the posts so that we get the latest one as well, get all posts. And then we want to switch back to the home page, that is all post page. So it will be switch page, and here we need to select the page as all post. All right, now let's just try this out. Okay, let me add a title here. Okay, let me add some subtitle. Let's add an image as well. Let's keep the tag as JavaScript and author name as Patrick. Okay. And here we need to add some data, and for that I will be adding some data to this. Okay. Something like make sure you write in markdown format, so it will be introduction to ToolJet, and we'll be adding it here. Okay, cool. Now we have to run a query, that is add post, on clicking of this button. So let's go to run query and let's add post. You can even add a loading state here. It will be queries add post and is loading. Okay, all right, let's try this out. Let's see how it goes. Submit. Okay, it's loading. Post added, image added, and it should take us back to the all post. All right, and we can see that we got the post that we created over here. Cool. So we are again done with one more page, and now we are just left with two more pages, that is edit and view. It won't take much time. This was the main of all 5 of them. So yeah, now let's just copy these and next we will be creating the edit. Okay, let's go to edit post, and yeah, cool. Here we need to change, the first thing we need to change is edit post, and then we need to change some more stuff. We can remove the cover image because we are not updating that. Okay, we can take tags little here. Okay, okay, and all right, let's keep the divider as well here. Let's keep it a little lower, and yeah, and button goes here. And we are done. Okay, Cool. So we are done with the UI of this, but what we want is when we are on this page, it should store the ID. It should store the ID of the post, and for that we need to add a variable. Okay. So on click, we want to store a global variable. Name of the variable is selected post ID. Okay. And value should be list items or list item dot posts ID. Sorry, post underscore ID. Okay. Now let's test this out once. We'll go to inspector and we'll go to variables and let's pin this. And if I click here, okay, I got a variable, and if I change this, it is changing. Cool. So we were able to store the variable, and here we need to change the page to the edit post. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go to switch page and make it edit post. All right, cool. So this is done. Now if I click here, it will take me to the edit page. All right, since we're done with the UI, we want to populate the content inside of this, and in order to do that, we will be writing a JavaScript which will help us get all the data for to populate in these input components. So it will be load post data, and I will be writing a small piece of JavaScript code here. Okay, so firstly I'm getting all the data, and then I'm storing the variable in the index, and then I'm just filtering out that one item, and then I just return it. If I run this, I should be getting one post and of ID 21. Okay, all right, I'm getting all the details, and now it's time to populate that into the input components. So we have to add default values as queries load post data post dot, it should be data dot post dot its post title. Okay, I should be getting the post title here. All right, we are getting subtitle is post subtitle. Then for tags, default value should be tags underscore ID. I think they should be fine. We're getting the ID, and this will be authors underscore ID. Okay, cool. So we were able to make most out of it, and last is the content. Okay, for content also we'll be adding a default value as posts content. All right, so cool. So we are done with pretty much everything here. So once we get the data, and if we make the changes, we need to make this as a update button. So let's change this first, and let's delete the query, make this an update button, and we need to create a query for update as well. So let's create one. Post there should be post update rows. Let's filter it. ID should be equal to the variable, right? So it is 21. All right, now we just need to add all the columns here which we need to update. Subtitle, content, this should be, we do not want published on, so it will be author ID and tag ID. Okay, so input 1 components dot text, input 1 value, this will be input 2, content will be text area, this will be drop down 2, and this will be drop down 1. Just to confirm again, this is drop down 1 and this is drop down 2 is for authors and 2 is for authors. Okay, cool. All right, so now we just need to add event handlers for this. I'll be adding 3 of them. So first, second and third. First we need to show a success message. It will be post updated. Okay, then it will be, we need to get all the posts again, so we need to load, sorry, not this, we need to get all posts, and last is we can switch to the home page. Okay, switch page, let's make it to all post. Before I show you this query, let's go to get all posts and let's add a sort for IDs, that ID for post, to maintain the order after we update it. Sometime it gets changed, so it's better to add an sort here. Cool. One more button we need to add here, that is for delete. Okay, I'll just keep it here, and yeah, for delete button we'll keep the style as white, let's keep the color as red, and we'll change the border color to this. Okay, now just need to change this to delete. It will be delete. All right, cool. For this we need to create one more query, that is the delete post. So let's make it delete post, make it posts, delete rows, add a condition, ID should be equal to variables, and variable name is select post ID. All right, so this is it, I guess. We were able to create, delete post, update posts, and we'll make it a success message of post deleted, post deleted, two more stuff. First, second, this will be if I need to rerun the all post, because once the post is deleted we need the updated data to be shown in all post page. So we'll be running this query of get all posts. Last is we need to switch back to the home page. Cool, this looks fine. Let's quickly add an event handler. This will be for run query and it should be for delete post, and for update it will be update post. Okay, all right, so let's give it a try. Let's make this as update. All right, and if I click on update, it should run post updated and it should take us back to the home page, and you can see I have updated this. Awesome. Now what is next? Okay, I can see that we can make it little fuller. Okay, this looks better. All right, now we are just left with one thing, that is view. Okay, and let's go to edit once and let's get all the data. So once I click on edit, it should up, it is not updating the data. You can see that this is the data from the last post. This is because we need to do one more thing, that is once I click on this, it should run one more event to run the JavaScript that we have written. It should run the JavaScript query. It is load post data. Okay, if I click on this now, it will take me to this and it will update the content here. All right, you can add loaders and everything just the way I've shown you in preview. For now I'll just skip that part as we have limited time. Now if I want to delete this, I'll just click on delete. It will show post deleted. It will get us all back to the home page. You can see there is no build Grammarly here. It has been deleted now. Cool. Let's go to this again and let's copy all the components, because we'll be needing that for our next section, that is the view post section. Okay, let's copy and let's go to view post now. Paste it. All right, before we start building this, we need to do the same thing that we did for the edit. Okay, we need to add event handlers here. 3 event handlers. First will be to set a variable, and variable should be, let's make the key, it should be the similar one, so it should be selected post ID. Value will be list item dot posts ID. Okay, and of course we need to check this once because we don't want errors later, so it's better to check it first. If I change this, okay, it is getting changed. Next is the second query. We want to switch to the different page, that is the view page, basically view post, and then last is we just need to run the load post data query. All right, Now if I can close this inspector and I can click on view. Okay, we are on view post, but we just copied the data, that's why it's showing like this. This should be, we do not need the entire container, so we'll delete this. Okay, we'll keep this as title. Okay, and copy, paste. This will be the subtitle. Okay, for subtitle we'll make it let's change this to 24 first. Okay, and let's make this as lighter. Okay, cool. Now let's add an image component. Okay, this looks fine. Below the image component we'll be needing the two more components. Okay, just make it italic first. This will be like this. Okay, this looks fine. Let's copy, and we need one more to add the dates. Okay, properties, and let's style it to right hand side. And yeah, lastly we just need one last image, not image, I mean the input, which will be the content container. Okay, let's keep it here and let's make it here. All right, so now let's change this to this, and yeah, this is fine. So we're pretty much done with the UI. Let's get in the data again. I need to update this because to get the image, I need to add one more query, that is get image query for AWS S3. So let's go to AWS S3 and let me change this to get image. Operation will be the get signed URL for download. Yeah, make sure you add the correct bucket, the one that you used to upload. Okay, and for key I'll be using the variable again because that's what we stored, and we are done. Okay, they should be fine. And since we are loading the data from the load post data JavaScript, I'll just update this because here we are getting the image URL which will be posted along. All right, cool. Let's load the JavaScript now. Let's once runs this query to check if everything is going fine. It's taking some time. Okay, we're getting everything successfully, so let's quickly add them. Okay, it will be query start load post data, and we need data and post and title. Okay, so title is done. For this should be full. Yeah, better. This should also be full. Okay, this can be Cool. Now this here we need to add author's name, and we just need to add by here because this is looking little odd. So we'll make it by, and can make it a markdown, and let's highlight this as okay. If I change this to markdown and load, okay, it's not showing properly. Let's change this to markdown. Okay, it's showing now. For date, again I'll be using the moment.js library to format my dates, so I'll be just putting it here like this, and if I stretch, okay, you're getting the data. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking about this. Yeah, I do not want seconds here, so it's fine if I remove the seconds from here. Okay, cool. Last is the content. I'll just add the content here. It will again this will be a markdown. So yeah, here I'll be writing queries get queries load post data posts dot it will be post dot content. Okay, and now it should show the value. All right, you can see that we got the data. Cool. So next step is to get the image as well. So for image, I'll just add again the same queries load post data it will be image this time, and URL. Cool, and we got the image as well. So you can see that we got pretty much all the details, and it is looking good as well. If I click here, and we are getting back. So this is how you can build your customized CMS using ToolJet and ToolJet database. We have also used AWS S3 queries to store the images. Once you click on preview, it will show something similar to this, which I already showed you. Opening the floor for the questions if you have any. Please feel free to check out our tutorials on blogs.tooljet.com. In case if you want to learn more about ToolJet, feel free to check out our docs, that is docs.tooljet.com. In case if you have any questions, queries, feedbacks related to our product, feel free to join our Slack community, and we would happy to help you out. Thank you so much for joining. See you in the next community call.